what compressors do you use in Studio B for mastering? So in here, when we master, we have a Portico 2 by Rupert Neve, lovely compressor. We also have, and I'll include this because it's, you know, it is a compressor, a Empirical Labs Duressa, which is a high frequency de-esser basically. We also have inside the SSL Fusion, we have a high frequency compressor in there. Over on this side we have our mastering compressor, which is the SPL Iron, and then above that we have the Golly Cross Compression EQ. So starting over here, we've got the Portico 2 Master Bus processor. Now I don't particularly use this as a compressor as such. I use it with the stereo field editor to create, it's basically what it is it's the first unit that we run into. So we run into the master bus processor, we run into that, and we create this stereo image. It's used to create a stereo image. The compressor is used in conjunction. We feed the compressor with the stereo field editor. We can add saturation with Silk Red, Silk Blue. It's a beautiful unit and highly recommended. I love these. I have one in this studio. I also have one in Studio A as well. Below that, we've got the Duressa by Empirical Labs. Now, it's a high frequency compressor and it's a really, really good high frequency compressor. It's in 500 series format. I've got it in a BAE rack, and these are the horizontal versions, so they're nicely set into a 1U rack. Great sounding de-essers. They do exactly what you want. They honestly are really, really good. Going down onto the Fusion, we've got the high frequency compressor in the Fusion. Now the Fusion is our second unit that we hit. So we'll hit the master bus processor, then we'll hit the Fusion. Now the Fusion is used, it's basically the high frequency section in it. High frequency compressor is used as more of a massaging tool. So when we're going into it, it's the second unit that we hit before we hit the main part of the mastering chain. So what it does is it's just catching peaks that are high frequency, just catching those and massaging. It's such a smooth high frequency compressor. I consider it as like a massaging compressor. It's just anything that's sharp up the top, it just massages those off. So that's a great tool to have. It's by no means the only kind of high frequency compressor you will want in your chain. You will need another de-esser, either out the box in the analog world, or once you go into the box and hit the something like Soothe or something, another de-esser. Then we have over here the SPL Iron down the bottom here. Now the SPL Iron is a brilliant sounding mastering compressor. It's got the airbase as well. Now anyone that's used the plugin will know how good it sounds. Now the plugin sounds okay, but this hardware unit sounds exceptional in comparison. It really is different class compared to the plugin. The airbase sounds incredible. It gives you like a lovely low end bump and a top end kind of sheen, and that I love using the airbase. It will go in some tracks, it won't go in others, but it does work on a lot of songs, and when it does work, it works really well. It's our mastering compressor. It's our kind of, you know, our main compressor. After that, we have the Golly Cross Compression EQ. Now it's an EQ and compressor tied into one, and I'm not going to pretend I know 100% what it does and how it all works. You just know what to do and how to get it working what you want it to do. It's such a complex unit where there's cross compression between two compressors inside one, and all you need to know is that when you're using it, you can pull out sounds that are unbelievable. And it's one unit in the chain where you can have your master all set up and done, and then you'll bypass the cross comp and you'll just be like, whoa, switch it in and it's like, wow, that sounds good. And it really does bring something massive to the table. It's not just a case of a compressor. You could stick the SPL iron in and you could bypass it and go, well, yeah, I can hear what it's doing. It's got some compression and it's controlling the signal and it sounds great. Yep, turn it out. Yeah, you can hear that fall away. Put it in. Yeah, brilliant. But it's not like you turn like an SPL iron on and off and it's like, wow, that sounds like, I mean, that's just night and day difference. Whereas the Golly Cross Comp, that is a night and day difference. You can really tell, but mainly as well because it has got an EQ as well with it. You're doing a lot with it. You're doing EQ and you're doing compression. But it's a brilliant tool to have after everything. So it's used as this kind of, I've got to my master bus compressor. I'm up to that stage in the chain. I'm now just putting this extra unit on that I'm bringing out some highs in the on the EQ, bringing out some lows in the EQ, and then I'm using compression and cross compression to like, you can use the high band cross compression, and it makes the kick pump and just so punchy. And like I said before, I'm not going to pretend I know what's going on inside there. I just know that how to get that sounding incredible, and it really is an incredible unit, so complex. But yeah, have a look at the Golly YouTube channel, because Gustav's going to put some YouTube videos together talking about what the Cross Comp does, and it's so unique. It's something that that isn't it isn't done on any other piece of equipment in any of our studios. The Cross Comp's a really unique one. We've bought 3 of them now because it's like the Portico 2. It's an essential piece of kit that needs to go in every mastering chain. And yeah, I'm loving the Cross Comp. So yeah, in this chain we've got the Portico 2 compressor. We've then got the Empirical Labs de-esser. We've then got the SSL high frequency compressor in the Fusion. We've then over here got the SPL iron, and then we've got the Golly cross compression EQ, and that's our compressors we have in Studio B's mastering chain.